it's Gina with your note of the week. This week's note is about alternate units. So what's an alternate unit? Well, it's different packaging for the same item. For example, you may have an item that you sell by the each, but perhaps you also sell it by the 6-pack, or you purchase and receive it by the 6-pack. So I'm going to show you how to set up alternate units. I'm going to go to Inventory and Items. I'm just going to find an item. How about the 8-ounce jar of pepper pineapple jam? Now notice here on my main tab, my main stocking unit is an each. I strongly recommend that your main stocking unit is always the lowest way you sell the item. In this example, an each, and most of the time it really should be an each. Now I'm going to go to the Units tab, and I'm going to develop a unit for a 6-pack. Now when I go into my lookup, I already have a 6-pack here, but I'm going to show you how to build one from scratch. So I'll click on Add, the unit name, whatever you want to call it, something sensible like pack of 6. Press your Enter key, type in a description, pack of 6, and now you're going to need to do a little bit of math. You have to tell Counterpoint that 1 pack of 6 equals how many of the main stocking unit, so how many eaches. So in this case, 1 6-pack equals 6 eaches. Very simple math, so simple even I can do the math. Go ahead and save. The next thing you need to do, if you want to sell it by the 6-pack, is define an Alt-1 price one. So an each costs $5.99, but if my customer buys a 6-pack, it's $25.99. Notice that you can have up to 5 additional alternate units. I'm just going to save. Next, you need a way to sell this 6-pack. So one thing you can do is assign the 6-pack's UPC or create an auto-assign barcode in order to sell it by the 6-pack by simply scanning a barcode. So in this barcode field, you'll either scan the UPC or you'll auto-assign a number. You'll pick an associated unit, pack of 6. I'm going to change we'll leave it there. And you need a barcode type. So I'm just going to go to this lookup and I'm going to choose item. Okay, so now I have 2 barcodes, one for the each and one for the 6-pack. Another way you can sell the 6-pack is by having Counterpoint prompt for the unit. So if I click on the Other tab, because maybe I don't feel like printing any barcodes, I can just enable this switch prompt for unit. So I'm just going to go ahead and save, and I'll show you how that works at point of sale. So I'm going to go to point of sale, tickets, touchscreen, and I'll just click OK. And once my touchscreen loads, if I want to use the other method of having my people pick whether it's an each or a 6-pack, in other words, I'm not going to scan a barcode. If I go into my lookup here and I choose my 8-ounce jar of pepper pineapple jam and click OK, notice how Counterpoint pops up this message, and basically it's asking, what do you want to sell, the each or the pack of 6? So I'll just choose the pack of 6 and click OK. Now, if you're just scanning a barcode, in this example, my barcode was 800039. I press enter, and it automatically sells the 6-pack. So that's selling an alternate unit. Pretty easy. Another great thing alternate units are used for is in purchasing and receiving. So you can actually have Counterpoint suggest the 6-pack at the point of purchasing or the point of receiving instead of the each. So I'm going to go back to the item record because there's something you're going to need to do the item record. I'll click on items, find my pepper pineapple jam, and come down here to vendor items. Now notice my primary vendor here is Adams. So I'll click on vendor items and I'll just choose Adams, my primary vendor. And then I'll come here to purchasing, and here on the purchasing unit line, I will pick my pack of 6, and now on the unit cost I need to tell Counterpoint how much a pack of 6 will cost. Now my single unit is $2, so the 6-pack is going to be $12. And I'll just click on save. And let me show you how that works in purchasing. So I'll just come here to purchasing, request, enter, and I'll go ahead and start a purchasing document, select my primary vendor of atoms, and there they are. I'll come here to lines, and I will select the pepper pineapple jam, and notice the unit defaults to a pack of 6 for $12. It's pretty cool. I'll order one. Now, if you decide for whatever reason you only want to order 3 of these, you could just simply use this drop down, change it to an each, order your 3, and then Counterpoint will do the calculation for you, being the each unit times 3 of $2 is 6. So that works out pretty good. I'll just go ahead and change that back to 6-pack and 1. And it goes back to $12. And I'll just go ahead and post this. Now, at the end of the day, when you receive this item and you receive it by the 6-pack, and I'll show you how that works, I'll just go to Receivings, Enter, and I'll say OK. And I'll go ahead and select the purchasing document. And it's the one I created today. And I'll click OK here. When I go to lines, here it is. It's suggesting 1 6-pack. I'll go ahead and select this. Now, at the end of the day, when I post this, Counterpoint's going to convert the 6-pack to an each. So, in other words, Counterpoint will never say, well, you have 3 eaches and 1 6-pack. It'll say you have 9 eaches. So I'll just click on Post, and I'm all done. And now my 6-pack will update my each item master to be 6 eaches. And that's alternate units. Thanks for joining me this week for this week's Note of the Week, and I will talk with you again next week. Thanks for joining me for this session of Note of the Week. Hope to see you again soon. We would love to hear from you. If you would like to submit a question for Note of the Week, email training@cksystem.com. And on the subject line, type Note of the Week. If you would like to schedule training time or request a free training catalog, call me at 888-476-7911, extension 3. Talk to you next week. Bye.